Let's wait to bring y'all click. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. This is another episode of Into the Night Bigfoot Talk Radio. Today we have on my cousin Malcolm Carter. He's a filmmaker. He's from Maryland, but he's currently doing filmmaking in Los Angeles or California, I should say. Malcolm, let's go ahead. You have a new short film coming up. Let's talk about that because that has to do somewhat with the paranormal. So let's go.
Yeah. Short film coming out probably next month or August for sure. I'm gonna probably take it the festival route, but I could do some streaming very soon with it. But it's called Sleepers, and it's about a mixture of space travel and spiritual things. I would say demons would be the best way to describe it. How demons come in and out of ourselves and consciousness, and it all deals with space travel. I try not to get too deep with it, because it's a short film, but I do try to make it exciting and move quickly. It's definitely Dave, as you know, me and you've talked about books dealing with demons and angels for years. So it's one of those things where I try to go into a little bit of depth there, but in an action sci-fi type of way, a little bit of horror too. So yeah.
Okay. So what platform? When do you estimate that it'll be done? Do you have an estimated time?
Yeah, it should be done in July. To be honest, the short film will be done. What I'm going to do though first is take it to maybe 4 or 5 different film festivals that are really good with short films, and then I'm gonna stream it. I might try. I know the one you told me about that's on YouTube. I could potentially try them, or I'll go the Amazon way, and maybe Tubi as well.
Yes, because Amazon has a lot of content there.
Yes. So I would say for the general public, look for late this year to be released, on some streaming platform. And I'll have a trailer. Actually, if people want to check out the trailer, I do have a trailer on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. As currently, I'll be probably posting it on YouTube very shortly as well.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you give them
yes,
so that they can find you on Instagram and
Oh yeah, absolutely. On Instagram, it's Lost Story Productions Malcolm Carter. It should pop right up on Instagram, and then on Facebook, it is Malcolm Carter Lost Story Productions.
Okay, so good. So then they can find it. So do you when in the movie, what made you come up with the idea for the short film?
I think it was like I was saying, me and you kind of remember back in our younger days, have all these books dealing with angels and demons and names that. And I thought it'd be interesting to maybe do something that dealt with demons in a different way, though. Kind of, I want to say, there's always a perception that demons take over someone's body, and they just go in and out of the body, which is fine. I do kind of agree with that, but I wanted to do a concept of what if demons, or let's say a certain type of demon could not get into your body and do it. The only way they can do it is to do kind of in your mind, kind of like me and you always talked about, like Christopher Nolan's movie Inception, things like that. So Sleepers is kind of like, what if the demon couldn't possess your body, but they can kind of possess your mind and make you think different things and see different things. And some of it is, some of it we've always kind of said, like demons and Satan always give you half truths. So
Right.
it's kind of like that. It's one of those things where my characters are dealing with truth, but they're also dealing with some things that might not be true. And so I try to take the audience on this journey of what is true and what's not, and things like that.
Okay, that's good. And is it? Do you feel that it's gonna? Is it for purely entertainment, or does it kind of have a lesson behind it?
I think it does. I would say for the short film itself, it's a simple lesson, I guess. More, it's not a big lesson. Like, I don't get into the deeper things that I'd like to go if it becomes a TV show or something like that, a streaming show. But I think the main lesson is,
Don't mess with demons.
yeah, don't mess with demons. If you have friendships, it's really like dealing with friendships, because there's 4 friends, and if they've done things to each other that cause conflict and things of that nature, then it is easier for the demon to kind of break apart the team of friends.
Oh, right, true.
Yeah,
true. Yeah. So it's kind of like, don't try to stay solid. Don't let anything come between you and your family or your friends.
Right. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to have a lesson.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's definitely good.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it. In fact, when it's done, I'll probably, obviously, we and you go way back, so I'm gonna send you a forwarded copy, see what you think.
Okay.
And then we can, hopefully, I can get it seen out there in Maryland in a film festival somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I think you were talking about that. Yeah, because I think because a few years ago we did go to a Maryland Film Festival.
Yeah.
I think we were, just to kind of check out. That'll be great though. Yeah, so definitely please do that. And everybody like to see you back home.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We gotta get
back out east.
yeah. We gotta get you and Jamal back. Matter of fact, we're supposed to do some. I'll let you know. We're supposed to go out to Michigan. Jamal found a spot.
Oh, okay.
Out there, we could do some Bigfooting and filming. So I'll let you know, and I'm gonna try to get everybody together so we can meet up maybe in Michigan.
Okay.
But I'll give you the info later. All right, so let's talk about. You did a movie review.
Yeah.
Thank you. On Big Legend.
Yes, absolutely.
And for anybody, and I'll tell the audience, for anybody that doesn't know, Big Legend is a action adventure horror Bigfoot movie. It's probably, like, as we all know, one of the rules, and I think Malcolm can agree with me, when you have a Bigfoot movie, one of the rules is you don't show Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But so they did show Bigfoot, but it was actually still a good movie, for my opinion. And it's probably one of the top ones because a lot of them are kind of crazy and kind of just foolishness.
Yeah.
Okay. And cousin Jamal's online. I see him. He said it. Okay. So he knows you're here. So.
Oh yeah. Jamal's around. Okay.
So big Mal. So anyway, I think Big Legend. Let's go ahead. What's your opinion on Big Legend?
Oh yeah, like I just because you've been sending me a lot of different movies on Bigfoot and the paranormal, and I got I think before this one I was able to watch 3 other Bigfoot movies. Some were better than others, as you were just saying, but this one, directed by Justin Lee, who's the director and writer, I've only seen about 4 or 5 of them, like I was saying, but this one is the best by far.
So you kind of knew about the director already?
No, no.
Okay.
As I'm doing the review, I saw it in Justice League. Okay, and he was the director writer because it's so good. I remembered some of the stuff. I mean, it has its problems, but it's overall pretty good in general.
Mhm.
I think it does some things well, does not. Like you said, it it does show Bigfoot now and then. But I guess I just start from the beginning on the movie itself. It's I don't want to give away because people want to see the movie, but it's about a man and his fiance, I believe, at the
Right.
time, and something happens to her in the woods, and then it's like a year later, and he's come back to find out what's going on, what happened, and it's like this journey he takes in the woods, and the director I think did a really good job because it is tough because a lot of the Bigfoot movies are isolated in a sense, so you got to try to make an hour and a half as entertaining as you can. And I think the director did a very good job with that. The lighting, the way he lighted the film, and kept the action and intrigue going, was pretty good. Like, really, I was like, wow, I was shocked.
Mhm.
Um, and then it has some twists and turns at the very end, which I thought was really cool. So it sounds like they might be doing some sequels or something like that.
Right.
Um, and I would recommend it. So I mean, I guess if we're doing a scale of out of 10, it would definitely be like a 7.5 for me. Uh,
Okay.
you know, because it's only about an hour and a half long,
Mhm.
um, and there's not many pacing problems. There's just maybe a couple, but the director has a way of Justin Lee is his name, has a way of keeping the story going.
Right. Right. It
He
does.
he keeps it's not like if even for just like I said, I'm looking at this like with people who are not into Bigfoot or paranormal
Mhm.
like this film, and I think in general, if they don't really have anything else to do and they want to watch a movie, because I think it's free on YouTube, to be honest.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Um,
and that's a good thing too. It is free.
yeah, and it's something that people could watch. I would recommend, like, if you got anything to do, watch this. It's
Mhm.
not bad. It's not that bad. So
Mhm.
I did. Music's good too. Uh,
Mhm.
I can't remember the composer's name, but the music's good. The cinematographer who did it he did well too. Like you said, it is one thing. The biggest issue I have, I guess, is there was a couple, like, they showed Bigfoot obviously,
Right.
and like you said, I don't think they maybe should show him as much. Um, there was a couple of choices that the director slash writer did that could have been a little different. It didn't seem to be as believable as I think it could have been,
Mhm.
but the way he keeps the intrigue in the movie going, you don't really dwell on that too much. You just keep
Right.
going, and that's an actual skill as a good director to be able to, you know,
Right.
if some things don't seem like
Mhm.
it may take you out of it a little bit.
Mhm.
The director is able to take the movie and keep it moving where you're not thinking about it and you're back
Right.
into the world and you're like, okay, boom. So I think he did a really good job with that as well. So yeah,
Like an escape. Like it helps you kind of escape for about an hour. Kind of,
yeah, hour and a half. Yeah, and
that's
it's a
very
very
important.
good movie. Like, and they must have had good production. Like, I don't know how much money they had or whatever. But some of the things that they did towards the end of the movie, I'm like, you see that on big budget like TV shows,
Right.
and I was shocked. I was like, wow, they had some money involved. They had a
Right.
little bit of money. They used it wisely. I'm not saying they had it's not. I'm not going to compare it to a big budget like Marvel movie or anything,
Right.
but the money that they did have, they used wisely, which is a skill in itself too. Because it's like, where do you put your budget for visual effects and explosions and things like that? At where how do you do that? So,
Right.
and I think the director made some good choices there as well.
Yeah, I think he did, I think he did good with what he was working with. And he probably, and it did look like they did have a little. I mean, as far as movie and budget wise, that was
Yeah.
pretty good. You know, I mean, they probably did have a pretty good budget.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
You know?
it's a, I guess no spoiler of that, but there was a couple of cars that got smashed pretty good. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if you don't have a budget, you kind of work around that. Like you don't show, you know, you just you just shake the camera a little bit and you keep it moving. But no, they showed like stuff was happening, and it was like, wow, okay, all right,
Yeah, that
kudos
is
to them.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is true. It's very good, and I mean, it was some funny scenes in there too. Like when
yeah.
he hooked up with the I think it was the camping guy. He was
Gabby guy, yes, yes.
yeah,
Well,
conspiracy theory dude.
and that's the thing. It was kind of one of those things too, right? Yeah, because like I was saying, it was just this minor little pacing problem. Because when he goes back in to look for his wife and things like that,
Mhm.
you know, again, it's very hard to do movies where it's just one character in isolation.
Right, right.
So they bring this other character, like you said, and he's I wish I could remember the actor's name, but he does a very good job. So they had a very good actor. All the actors, too, by the way, were good to serviceable. So nobody really bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like really good actors. And so it worked that they brought this new character in, and the character doesn't bring down the movie. It kind of helps the plot and the story move forward.
Mhm.
Oh, and one of the other thing I liked about the movies too is, like I said, they might be going for some sequels, so they drop these little I call them not Easter eggs, but more like nuggets of
Nugget.
things, like more serious. There's like, you know, maybe some corporation stuff going on in the background. You know, they mention it like 2 or 3 times, but they don't. You know, it doesn't take away from the movie. They just kind of mention it just to kind of maybe set you up for some things that might come later in the movies
Mhm.
um, that they plan to do. So I thought that was really cool.
Right.
It definitely seemed like, again, the writer, director, and the producers, whoever else was involved, had had a plan, you know, in a direction on where they want to see this story continue and move forward. But you always got to get the first story right,
Right.
and I think they did that pretty well.
They did. I think they did. And actually, it had. And when people see it, they're going to see a familiar face like we did. That's actually
Yeah, yeah,
Mr. Lance Henriksen
hmm
from the Alien trilogy. So
yeah,
you see him, and I've always liked Lance, Mr. Henriksen, or Mr. Lance, because he always did a good job in his movies, and even when he did, remember he did Pumpkinhead
oh
when
yeah,
he
that's
was, he
right.
was younger, he was much younger, but yeah, he
Yeah,
did Pumpkinhead, and that was a kind of a paranormal thriller, the
yeah,
kind of horror movie. He did great. Obviously, he did great in Aliens.
yes, absolutely.
He did great in Aliens, and he's in this, and he's doing. And oh, he did Predator too. Remember the Predator when they were in
That's
the
yes,
Aztec or Mayan temples?
yeah, that's
The, the,
right, that's
the
right.
first Alien versus Predator.
The very end, yeah, that very
Yeah,
first one, right, right, yeah, I
that was
remember that.
very good,
Yeah, yeah,
very good, very
yeah.
good. So he's always in something. He's one of those actors where when you see him in something, you're happy to see him. You're
Yeah,
like, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. When he showed up, I was like, yeah, awesome, awesome. I was like, yeah, they really knew where they were going with this movie, and they did the right thing, you know. So
Right.
yeah, that was a good movie. It's a very good movie, um, and yeah, I recommend it. I really do. It's a really good.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like I said, that's one of the best. And there's another one. I forgot the name, but we'll
Yeah,
probably review that next week.
yeah.
It's another one
Uh-huh.
that's is like one of the top Bigfoot movies.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it. It was Extinct.
Extinct. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So check that out. That one is. This one was good, but this Extinct is just off the hook, man. It's,
okay. Yeah, I'll check that one out.
And it's. I mean, Big Legend was scary, but Extinct was scary, man. I mean, it really makes you think like, what if I'm going up against some type of creature and I can't get away from it? You know, I just
right.
No help, no nothing, no weapons, no nothing.
Nice. Yes, absolutely.
Like fighting with wheatgrass. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds good. So everybody, this is actually our first paranormal movie review.
Okay.
And then later tonight, or this evening, about 3:30 p.m., I'll let everybody know now. We're gonna have Miss Robin Haynes on. She's actually what they call a Bigfoot whisperer. She has contact with Bigfoot, UFOs, and aliens. So she's actually been on her before, but we're gonna do another episode because the last episode we did actually it was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was funny. My laptop cut off, so I was so upset because we were fighting to get that episode out, and with my crazy work schedule.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she's coming on tonight. So everybody, she should be on about 3:30. That'll be good because she has a lot of good information, and it doesn't sound like a whole lot of hocus pocus. It really sounds like good, sturdy information on what we call cryptics. Cryptics is like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster.
Right.
And also, Malcolm, I'm gonna get you a movie on the Jersey Devil. You got to see this. This is another kind of crazy thing, but it's Jersey Devil. He's not as famous, or she's not as famous as Bigfoot.
Right.
I don't think anything is as famous as Bigfoot.
No.
And Dogman. Also, I got there's another good movie we got to review together. Dogman. Did you see Dog Soldiers?
I don't think I have yet. No.
Okay. So I'm telling you right now, awesome movie. You're gonna love it. Dogs. I think it's either Dog Soldiers or Dogman Soldiers.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Really good, yeah. As a matter of fact, we'll go. I think you'll like that, but I really want you to see Extinct. I'm kind of in between. Let's do Extinct, and then we'll do Dogman Soldiers.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna look for Extinct because, like you said, if that's at the top of the Bigfoot movies, then I definitely want to check that out.
Right.
And give a review on that. See what I think about it. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I know you're busy, and I know you got to get back to filming and getting back on the set and everything. So I appreciate your time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And great. I definitely appreciate that. You know that because I know you're crazy busy. But yeah, so tell everybody out there I said hi.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And, find me a wife.
There we go. I
had to plug that. But yeah, so you go ahead. What I'm going to do, I'm going to because I'm still learning to use the system. I'm going to say goodbye for now. We'll talk later, and I'm going to cut you. I'm going to let you go.
Okay, yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know what? No, I'm going to let both of us go because we're done anyway. Okay. But we'll talk later.
All right, man. Dave, appreciate it. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
All right.